What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite for an extra video here for you guys. We're going to be talking about the early gameplay that popped up for some upcoming DLC weapons. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and in the background, we got some gameplay of the Extraction 6v6 map, which just got added a couple of days ago. During the launch window, there was a lot of community feedback requesting some larger scaled maps, and although this isn't a map for Combined Arms or Fireteam, it's still a fairly large map in comparison to some of the other launch experiences, so could be a breath of fresh air in that regard. But I do think, as far as my opinion goes, there's a couple of areas that maybe don't need to be on this map that are a bit frustrating. There's the big tower, there's a couple of rooftops that people tend to camp at for some sniping. Either way though, it's cool to just have some bigger maps added in every now and again. But on page 7 of the battle pass, the Dragon's Breath attachment is featured. This is a fire mod that could be equipped to the 2 shotguns we currently have in game right now, so I decided to pop it onto the brand new ray gun or zombies themed shotgun blueprint that was featured in the I Dead bundle. It's a pretty cool pack that I reviewed in a video earlier this afternoon. It's going to be linked down below. I wonder if Dragon's Breath is going to become an issue, especially for Face Off or Nuketown or other type of small map experiences like it was in Modern Warfare. It was certainly an issue in Vanguard, got a bit frustrating to go up against in Modern Warfare, but as far as Black Ops 6 goes, I don't know if it's going to be that frustrating attachment just yet. Maybe because of how Maybe because of the fact there's very few shotguns available and people may just end up using Dragon's Breath once DLC shotguns get added in the future. There actually is another shotgun coming in Season 1, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. Either way though, I think it's great that aftermarket parts or conversion kits from MW3 are technically back with a bit of a twist. We have a total of like 4 here within Season 1, with of course the first one being featured in the Battle Pass. Now, as you guys probably saw with the launch of Season 1, the Armory got added into the game. As of now, it's only available through Warzone, not Black Ops 6, and that's because there aren't any Black Ops 6 items that are vaulted as of now. So the Armory in Warzone does allow you to complete XP focused challenges to unlock various items that you may have missed throughout Modern Warfare, whether it's weapons or even aftermarket parts. And it's going to be great to know that items from events and battle passes will also pop up in this Armory once the first season of Black Ops 6 is over. And I think at that point you'll see actual challenges you have to do to unlock various items for Black Ops 6 weaponry or even conversion kits, etc, etc. As of now, it's just XP focused milestones you have to hit to earn content from the last 2 years. Now, it's unclear what else they'll end up adding to this Armory in the future, but this is a feature unlocked at level 24. I don't know if you lose access to this when you prestige or if you can use a permanent unlock token on the Armory itself. But shout out to Dom in my Discord server, who actually pointed out something that I found pretty fascinating. So apparently over in Warzone, if you take a look at the new Reflexes perk, this is a perk that isn't going to be coming out until mid-season. It does mention that it's going to be unlocked through an event called Archie's Festive Frenzy. Archie is that new fictional character that you could see in all the Area 99 promo, and you can hear him, I think, in certain areas of the map, and you can also see him for a second over in Nuketown for 6v6. It looks like, considering we're getting Holiday Nuketown for BO6 multiplayer, Archie is going to be playing a role to some extent, at least as the theme of the upcoming Christmas event. It's unclear if this is the name of the Christmas Challenge event, or is this separate from Codmas, which is the Christmas event we got in MW3, and is confirmed to also be releasing inside of Black Ops 6. But it's good to know that there's going to be multiple events in which you can earn some pretty valuable items, whether it's a weapon, conversion kit, or even a perk. We know several items were actually put on the Hitlist event artwork, and those items include the hand cannon score streak, there's SMG, there's some other perks there, the power drill melee weapon. So we'll circle back to those weapons in a second, but as far as when the Hitlist event does start, I don't believe this is an event for mid-season or reloaded. This is an event that's going to start, I would say, any day now. Considering Rebirth Island does return into Warzone this Monday, it's very possible that Monday or even Tuesday by the latest, the Hitlist event is going to begin, allowing us to unlock some of the items that were promised through that event. Either way, I think it was fantastic that they held off on the start of a new challenge event so that we can all just get familiar with the start of the season, play the new Warzone map, enjoy some of the new weapons, the battle pass, and then we can take a breather before worrying about the next major content drop. But as we learn some release dates of upcoming weapons, expect plenty of information over on the article featured on detonated.com. But starting off with the Sirin SMG, gameplay popped up of this weapon over on Reality UK's Twitter account. None of the footage that's out there has been striked down, so it seems safe to go ahead and report on and cover within videos or over in articles. The weapon itself is going to be coming during the first half of Season 1, not the second half, and there's also a new bundle, that raccoon themed one, where you can get a literal raccoon operator skin. There's a blueprint featured for the Sirin in that pack, so we could assume whenever the weapon itself or the base version becomes becomes available through a challenge that'll be around the same day or maybe around that week when the bundle is going to also drop, providing you with a blueprint option. Now, the weapon has a pretty cool inspec, but is very limited as far as the gunsmith goes. There aren't too many attachments you can add to this weapon. The fire rate doesn't seem that fast, but could be a heavy hitter, at least from what we could see with the dummy gameplay. Obviously, when it comes to range, SMGs aren't always the best, but I'm very curious to see how the weapon ends up performing when it does officially drop, and if any weapon tuning updates are going to be required to make this a bit more of a viable choice throughout Season 1. Now, keep in mind, this is considered a special weapon, even though I've called it a submachine gun. The way I see it is technically a hybrid between a pistol and a SMG. That's why it's a special, but I'll probably still refer to it as a submachine gun when I end up using it throughout the first season. Now, I have heard rumors, which I can't confirm, that apparently the hand cannon is available to pick up randomly through care packages. It's complete RNG, and even the Sirin 9mm is popping up in gunfight for certain players. So if you guys have experienced that, feel free to drop a comment down below or tag me in a clip over on Twitter. The hand cannon is an absolute beast that became one of my all-time favorite streaks from Cold War. Obviously, it makes it easier for those to also go ahead and earn additional streaks while using the hand cannon if you're going for those nukes. Now, if they add the War Machine into Black Ops 6, that would be a bit much in my opinion, a bit of a frustrating streak to go up against, but the hand cannon is also fantastic for taking out score streaks. Now, we also have the Power Drill melee weapon, which is confirmed to also be an event unlock. It has a pretty cool inspect where you take the actual drill bit out, which is hilarious. Seems to have a pretty fast swing, and again, we have a dedicated melee slot in Black Ops 6, so I think with that alone, we're probably going to end up seeing at least 1 to 2 new melee weapons added in every season, whether it's through an event or a battle pass. Wouldn't be surprised about that at all. I mean, looking back at Black Ops 3, for example, that game had so many melee weapons, and it's probably because the game got 3 years of support, so it kind of just worked out through supply drops, but BO4 and Cold War also added a fair amount, so I'm curious to see how many are going to get added inside of Black Ops 6. Now, I found some gameplay through a YouTube short, which I'll credit down below in this video's description. The Power Drill also has a bit of an animation like the baseball bat does when you actually do a heavy attack on an enemy, but I'm sure you'll end up seeing the Power Drill usable in an upcoming party game mode or something, and I'm sure we'll end up seeing a lot of people rocking it in zombies or trolling around with it in some Warzone. But I know some clips did pop up of some of the mastery camos being applied to these upcoming DLC weapons. In case you guys were curious, I know there's a dark matter shot, which Fajardi used for the thumbnail of this video. So far, camos look like they blend very well on just about every weapon in the game, and even the blueprints. But the Hell's Cleaner bundle, which I'm sure is going to come out relatively soon, obviously in the first half of Season 1, this bundle also features a blueprint for the Power Drill in case you don't unlock the base version through whatever event it's a part of. But notice how there isn't any leaked gameplay out there of the AMR Mod 4 Sniper, the Cleaver melee weapon, or even the Maelstrom shotgun. That right there, I believe, serves as confirmation that we're not going to be seeing those 3 DLC weapons until the second half of Season 1, so any point after December the 12th, which is presumably when Season 1 Reloaded is. Those 3 weapons will likely be featured in other bundles and even Christmas or other themed challenge events that end up coming out towards the final month of the year. Now, there really haven't been any leaks following the launch of Season 1, nothing crazy at least, which to me is great because it keeps the element of surprise up for when things get officially marketed or just added in game through a surprise. Now, we also have those other conversion kit attachments that I mentioned earlier. Those should also be added into the game alongside the 3 DLC weapons that gameplay doesn't currently exist for. On top of the perks that also haven't come out for either MP or Warzone, expect the release of those perks throughout the next month and a half. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the brand new DLC weapons for Black Ops 6? These are weapons that gameplay currently exists for because they're going to be dropping in the first half of the season, whereas the other ones I mentioned are likely going to be coming out at some point in December, or hey, maybe even at some point in January, since keep in mind, Season 1 doesn't officially end until the very end of January, according to the current in-game Battle Pass timer. Either way, I'll keep you guys in the loop here on the channel. Really hope you guys have enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.